I'm down into this Root Cellar I made in episode 18. If you haven't seen that, you should check it out. Today we're going to be organizing, bringing some items over. Let's do a little bit of dirt there, a little bit of gravel, a little bit of sand maybe. I don't know how much sand I'm going to end up with versus gravel and dirt, but this will be good to start. Once you do this, then you just got to double click these, get them all in there. And they'll go into their spots. Oh, there's one left. One last gravel. All right. And welcome back to another episode of Dave Plays Minecraft. My name's Dave. How's it going? If you're new to the channel, welcome. Good to have you here. If you're a returning viewer, I really appreciate you checking out this new video here. We've got to move all the items from the mine storage over here to the new Root Cellar storage at the village. So I'm going to be doing that. There's a lot of stuff to move, but I'm not going to drag you through that. I'm going to go do that and bring it over, and then we'll talk about how I'm organizing it all. And we'll see if it all fits over here. If not, we'll have to figure something else out. And if you stick around to the end of the episode, we are probably going to go ahead and get started on renovating Pirates Cove mine and just try to make it look a little bit more like a mine. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, all right, let's get right to it then. We still don't have a name for you. Of course, I need a name tag, I think, but Polly? Polly want a cracker? Oh, that's too common. That's just... Anyway, here we are at the Pirates Cove mine. Let's head inside. This was my first survival shelter on this Let's Play world. It is very basic, as you can see. And I just want to make this look a lot better. I want to renovate this later, and we're going to make it look more like a proper mine on the inside here. And this storage was always just temporary. It's kind of makeshift. I will need some storage at the mine for, you know, bulk items before I take them over to the village. But like right now, we have lots of bulk items here. Just tons of cobble and deep slate cobble and that kind of stuff. So we're going to have to move all this stuff over to the Root Cellar, and then we'll get all this moved over. So meet me back over at the Root Cellar. Hey, thanks for meeting me back over here at the Root Cellar. Come on down. Come on in. Check it out. Let's see what we got. Yep. So basically, you're going to see that I've already got some signs put up. So I've started to organize the items I brought over from the mine storage. And I did bring all that over here so that way we could get started on the renovation over there without having to deal with lots of items and chests sitting around. And I'm going to go ahead and quickly show you a little bit how I did the organization here. So you can see we did the dirt, gravel, sand first, like so. And then I went ahead and I had a lot of cobble, so I did a full box of cobble. We've started on the second box of cobble. And then you can see we've got the andesite, diorite, granite. I did a cobbled deep slate. I probably end up with a regular deep slate box if I get silk touch here soon on a pick. And then or if we have to cook any of it. I found a geode while I was mining a little while back, but I haven't mined it out yet. But I do have the columns started for the smooth basalt, the calcite, the amethyst blocks. Temporary box of seeds from harvesting wheat. I'm going to put that somewhere else, I think. And obviously we have carrots from the farm. That's the whole reason for the Root Cellar, right? Carrots, the wheat, and soon to be a box of potatoes. And then I'll probably stop harvesting at that point and then just use that to trade with the villagers. We also have all the wood that I'm trying to collect. Obviously oak, birch, spruce, jungle, dark oak, and then over in the corner we got the cherry, the pale oak, I think it is, the acacia, and some bamboo. There's not a whole lot of that stuff yet, so it's just kind of, you know, all in its own little box there. But if we look at like oak, you know, I've got the logs spread out, so I'm cutting down the trees and don't have a whole lot of it, but I do have some crafted items. So that's kind of how I'm doing this for now. You know, I'm going to outgrow this eventually. Obviously, we'll need a full storage system at some point with auto sorters and all that fun stuff. But for now, this is going to work. Got saplings, you know, we got some miscellaneous crafted items, rails, ingots, chests, ladders, just kind of chucking stuff in here. I need to find some other place for the books. I figure when I build a library, maybe I store a few things like that over at the library, the paper, the books. Some obvious things might go there. Kind of split the storage up across the different buildings. That makes sense. We have some leftover crafted blocks. We have some non-crafted items. I'm not sure about the flint, but at least, you know, music discs and name tags, the bell, the heart of the sea, anything else that I might acquire in the game that you cannot craft. Saddles, I could throw them in here if I needed to. I do have them in a chest over by the animal pen, though. This is my mob drop chest. I'm going to make a chicken coop at some point, so I'm going to need those eggs for that. They'll be out of this barrel. That'll leave room for everything else. We have a little bit of nether stuff soon to add to that, I'm sure. And then we have some random food. We've got some flowers. And we've got nature. Around the corner in the work area, we have my toolbox. It's kind of pathetic. Although I did buy a pick from the Wandering Trader the other day for 20 emeralds. That might work for a little while in the mine. Unbreaking 3, efficiency 3, and it's iron, so that's pretty cool. Got a box of sticks I made from bamboo. I was going to write ore for my ore chest, but it turned into Oreos because, well, I like Oreos, and I was thinking about them. We've got some weapons that I've collected. We've got some job blocks for future traders, which I still need to breed up. I haven't done that yet. But anyway, it took me about 3 hours on a live stream to move everything over here and get it organized and get it named. So let's get over to that mine and get this renovation underway. Okay, so we're back at the mine, and of course this is the Pirates Cove mine because we had this kind of a cove here. We also have the shipwreck that came in with spawn when I created the world. I think what I want to do is I want to go with the theme and style of the ship itself. So there is jungle wood and dark oak. We're going to get started on this. We're just going to give this whole thing a makeover out front and inside, try to make this look like a proper mine. And we're going to go with those colors, the jungle and the dark oak. All right, so the first thing we're going to do inside here is knock out all of this cobble. Just going to tear everything out and leave an empty space. I've already torn out the chests and stuff when I moved everything over to the root cellar. So yeah, I've been working on this slowly but surely with the stone pick. I've gone through 2 of them already. I've knocked out all the cobble except for this last little bit up here. I don't know if I need to knock this out yet. I could probably leave that in as filler. But, you know, only time will tell as we start to build this and frame this mine entrance and room in to see what this is going to eventually look like. Stick around till the end, and here in a few minutes I should have some framing going in and show you whatever I've come up with, and hopefully we all like it, you know. So I'm going to try and organize this a little bit. This is a mess, and I think I'm going to need a little bit more of that dark oak. So I've got to get up there and I've got to cut down some more of these trees that we've got up here. Looks like more are growing in, so yeah, I got to cut these down. I got to get a little bit more wood before I start doing that framing. So let me get to that, and then we'll start on the framing. Looks like the supervisor's here. And we don't need any of that. We're just going to leave her outside. We don't want... No, yeah, I know you're disappointed, but... You know, hey, don't you hurt my bird. My bird's laughing at her. Okay, so I started laying out the log structure here, and yeah, she still wants in. Look at her. No, not with a laugh like that. As a matter of fact, we're just gonna break that out. Where'd that go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna mess with her. Okay. So I've got the structure kind of laid out here. For at least this part, I dug out an area to put my bed, chest, and crafting table kind of out of the way, and it might actually turn into a room, like a bedroom. But so what I want to do is I want to put in these log supports. We're going to do it sort of like we did at the Root Cellar. Yeah, if you haven't seen that, episode 18, I think it was. So we can put some supports in, and then I think this one, yeah, these are going to go to the ceiling, maybe. You know how I am about this, right? I'll put that in for now. If it's going to be hidden, I'll replace it with filler. But we'll go ahead and put a, let's see, this goes up 1, 2, 3, and then across. Torch out. Bring that across. So now we've got a frame around that door. It looks like I'm definitely going to have to dig up into this ceiling a little bit to get like this frame across. We got to watch out and make sure that witch doesn't get in here. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to leave that dirt block in the corner. Go ahead and break these out as well, very carefully. Okay, that didn't go through. Good deal. So then we can actually put in log supports across here, here. And normally I leave 3 blocks between my log supports, but because of the way this entrance was already made, and I want to center the door with this frame around it, we just don't have a whole lot of room right here unless I extend outwards, but I don't think I want to do that. So we're just going to leave this one with 2 blocks between it for now. And let's go ahead and take that back up that way. Of course, we're going to need to bring this beam across up here as well. And we're going to replace the floor. We're going to fill in everything back here. Let me just break some of this out so we can get an idea. Okay, so for example, I've got a few of these dark oak planks on me. We'll be doing something like this to fill in the walls. The ship is decorated with dark oak planks, and jungle. I think we're going to do jungle planks for the flooring. And like a jungle door, well, this door will be iron. This one's questionable. I haven't had anything come up from the mines yet, but if zombies did, you know, they can break through these doors in hard mode. So we have to be careful about that. I think we're going to mirror this one on this side as well. So we want to bring the logs across. I need logs though, not planks. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll bring this down to meet up with that one. So now we have this room. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a room. Let's go ahead and put in some supports. Probably going to have to dig this room out a little more for sure. But you can see how I'm starting to get the framework in here, the skeleton of it. We'll bring this across. So now we have this one. I think that's the way I want to do it. Just kind of bring this across. Then we've got this. So at each level, it has the cross member at the height of the rest of it. So then this one, and then this cross member is at the height of this one. Then we'll come back into this area, which was the storage room, but we're going to go ahead and, like, let's see, we'll bring it this way. Since we're coming down a level, I'll just bring this down like this. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, whoops. Did not mean to put that there. And I'm out of logs. I've got to grab some out of the chest real quick here. Well, let's put that in there. We'll just bring this on down like that. Okay. And then down at this level, so I don't know. This one might be up. Gonna have to just build this and see what it looks like and how it feels, right? Do you guys build by feel? Sometimes I do, like, oh, this doesn't feel right. You'll tear it out and build something else. So we can kind of have it this way maybe, and then have the steps right there. Or we can just step down right here. So we've got this spot. I'm up at the stair step here. And again, this flooring is going to be wood, so it's going to be all out of... we got some jungle here. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Get the jungle wood. Make some stairs. So let's say we have some stairs between these supports here. And then for the jungle planks, You guys know me, I like to do things efficiently, so instead of using a whole plank in the floor, we're never going to see under there. I'll use a slab. We'll just fill it in like that. So if we bust the rest of these out, like here, get the one in front of the door, we're going to put something else. We're going to do dark oak slabs on the side, I think. It'll kind of set that apart from the jungle. I do believe. Let's see. We'll grab some of these. Oh, also, let's fill that in. We don't want that hole back there. So I'll go ahead and I'll put in this. We'll do that. See, you can start to see how this is coming together. Maybe put some of the, some of the jungle planks up top as well, just to cover up that. I don't have any more, but you can kind of see how this is starting to look. You see the vision? We'll come down the stairs. We'll have more jungle down here. We'll come forward. There'll be some more stairs. We'll come down. And then we'll look around and we'll have, I don't know, we'll do some storage back here. Maybe some kind of a work table. So let me work on this. I'm going to try and figure out a little bit more of this and get this straightened out. And then I'll show you the progress as we go. Okay, so I think I've figured out the framing design that I want to go with. And it's really not that hard, you know, once you get a look at it. So I start with the frame up here. We go up 3, and then we go, I mean, technically it's 4, but, you know, you got a filler block back there. So 3 logs, so 4th one up, you go across, right, and then back down. But then here, since we come down a level here, I'm going to bring this down a level up here so you can see how this cross member, or whatever you want to call this beam goes across here, and then I come down and bring the beam over, and then we come down again, because we're going to step down right here. We come down again and come over. Now this one, I'm making this area just a little bit longer. I think we're going to put some storage back here, and so I just want to, you know, keep the flow of the original mine where we came in and stepped down. We have the mine shaft stairway that goes down. We have a little room now, and then we're going to come down here and we're going to have storage. So once I get all this figured out, I think it's going to look really good. I'm going to go ahead and put these planks in the ceiling right here, because I like the way it looks when you do this and you have just a little bit of the log sticking down and then you've got the planks. Kind of gives it this finished look. We do have it open right here on the edge, but I think that that's going to work out okay, because we're stepping down, right? So we come down this way, and then we come down again, and we have another. So now we have the ceiling and the room and the wall. Look at that, it just kind of flows. You just come down through here, down to the mine shaft, or I guess we're going to call this a mine shaft. It's a mine, right? But it's also going to be a storage area, and then we're going to have a way to get down there. But we've got a bed areas, we've got chests, we've got a crafting table, so on and so forth. You can see I filled this side in already. If we grab these dark oak planks, and I've got slabs on the side as well, just kind of giving it a, let's do that first. We'll put these slabs in, just kind of outlining it. I think it's a good contrast, but, you know, you're going to have to do it however you like. Let's grab these planks. Let's go around the door so we can get this look in place. And of course, we're going to have to get rid of this and the door. Come on. Why is it taking so long? Get rid of the door. We'll replace the door block with a solid plank instead of a slab. And then we'll make us a... do we have enough? Here, let's get a few of these. Okay. We'll make a door. We'll make a pressure plate. Let's get rid of the oak. That out of my inventory. I don't like it. We're done with it. Alright, so we're going to put the door here for now. We will stick it, I guess it goes on that block. And then we can put the plate right in front of it. I mean, you can also do a reverse door, where we stick it to the back side of that plank, like that. Gives us a little more depth. I kind of like that better. Put that pressure plate right out the front. Now, you could choose to use the same dark oak, and I might do that later, but I don't know. Having the accessory be the same color as everything else out here, it kind of ties that color into the darkness and the door. I like it. I think we'll stick with that look. And now we have a door there. We're going to leave the iron door here. I need to replace all this cobble again with this dark oak plank. I'll do that later. I think the witch is still out there. I don't know. How did I get stairs in place of my carrots? That's just not good. I'm not going to eat the stairs. Some people may like to do that. And that, you know, to each their own. So I think we're going to fill this in as well. On each of these sides right here. And I'm probably going to just put filler back here because I don't like empty spaces for little zombies to spawn and sit and growl at me all day. You can see I left a filler block there because you're just not going to see that log in there. We'll just pretend that it's there. We're going to save the materials for now. I'm going to leave that dirt back there as well. Grab the logs. We're going to bring them across. Again, I'm doing this 3x3 space. So we have to do a little more digging. Dig this ceiling out as well. I don't know if I have a shovel on me. Let's see if I got a shovel. Shovel. Okay. We'll go back to the logs. We'll put our logs in. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Then we can switch over to the jungle planks again, put in the ceiling. See how fast and easy this is? Once you have your materials, you can just build away. Of course, the picks are horrible. Stone pick. There it is, another pick. Let's get another one out of the box. And I'm going to replace this again, just like the rest, with these wooden planks. So we'll use the dark oak planks right here. Let's get that back in behind as well. Okay. And I'll carve out that stone, replace it with dark oak planks. I'll put that wall as dark oak planks. I think for the floor in here, we're going to do dark oak slabs for the floor in there. I do believe that'll look all right because the main pathway is, you know, your eye is going to go this way, right? So I want it to be jungle. And let's throw up some temporary torches in here just so we have some extra light. So I know this episode's going long, and that's okay. It's quite a build for a little mine shaft. But we're going to put in these two rooms back here. I've kind of framed this in already. We're going to do it like we did the rest. You know, we're going to put the ceilings in and the plank walls. Whoops, didn't mean to break that. Back in behind. But what I want to do is do the jungle floor. We're going to do jungle on the sides and back. And then we're going to make this sideways double chest like we've done before. We'll put the double chest in, and then they'll be stacked up 3 tall, and they're going to be 3 wide. So this will be a wall of double chests. This will be a wall of double chests. You'll go across the hall here, and there'll be a wall of double chests here, and a wall of double chests here. And that's going to give me plenty of storage for the mine. And then back here, we're going to step down. We'll have some more flooring in, and then here is going to be a water elevator system so I can go down and come back up to the levels down below of the mine instead of having to use this stairway. So once that's done, I can wall this in or turn this into a room here or do something with it. But also there's going to be some more decorations I'm going to put in here. So I'm going to get to that. I'm going to finish this build up and then I'm going to show you everything. And I will be right back. And I know there's a lot of jump cuts in this video, but there's just a lot to build and so little time. I just want to try and show you what I'm coming up with as I go without the long, lengthy process. If you want to hang out with me and watch develop stuff like this, then check out my Twitch, if you're on Twitch. Anyway, so I filled in, we put the jungle wood here in the back where the chests are going to go, back in this area. And then we did the dark oak here. We did the jungle wood up here. I did leave an indentation like right here. If we just look at this real quick, I basically just put the slab up one more level, the bottom of that other block. We're going to hang lanterns from here. Don't have the iron over here with me, so the lanterns will come later. But I want to show you how I finished out these two over here. We're going to do this over here on this side. We're going to get the stair steps. I'm going to leave this torch back here, and we're just going to put a stair step in front of the torch and across like that. And then we're going to put the stairs across just like we did at the root cellar. So that way the chests at the top can open up into the stair step, because the stair step is a transparent block. If you don't understand that, you'll see in just a moment, but I did explain that when I built the root cellar in episode 18, so if you haven't seen that, check that out. It also covers this structure that we're using here underground. It's a pretty good build. So anyway, where's the chests at? Let's get a couple of chests. I'm going to have to make a lot more of these. But just for a sample here, to show you what this looks like. So we're going to have a wall of chests right here, right? So we're going to fill this in with chests, this in with chests. They're all sideways so we can get more in here instead of having them, you know, sideways like this. We don't want them like this. We want them long ways so that way we can fit more in here. So we can just, whoops, didn't mean to open that. We can just come in here and put those inside and get more space, more room to put the chests. But also, see the stair steps up here? We can open the chest, it goes up into the steps. See how it closes and opens right in there. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and finish putting in all the chests. We're going to get in the elevators are going to come later. We'll do that another time. But we're going to put the chests in. We're going to put the workstations in. A little bit more decor. I'm thinking like a shelving kind of thing right here. And then we got to fix the bedroom. We got to fix the front entrance. And of course, get the lanterns in. But anyway, okay, so here we go again. I'm going to do all that, and then I will show you what I got. And a few moments later, I finally got this place finished up. So what have I done? I've added fencing to give it that mine shaft look. I've got the lanterns in place. We've got all the flooring in. We changed out the jungle door to the dark oak door because I think it looks better, and I went inside the shipwreck and they actually have one of these doors in the shipwreck, so I think that works really well and kind of just blends in with that background of the dark oak. So I like that. I did this room. This is kind of just like the bedroom. You come here, set your spawn, sleep, go down into the mine, do whatever. But also threw in some paintings. I thought the cave, this is a cave entrance, is a cliffside, seaside picture. I guess that's the ocean right there. There's a bird flying. So it's kind of representative. Same with this painting right here. It's representative of the ocean that we have nearby. I also went ahead and redid the entrance to the Pirates Cove mine. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. And I have a kind of an interesting idea. I'm thinking about taking the front end of the ship, maybe not that particular shipwreck, there's others, but taking the front end of the ship and just setting it right here on the top of this entrance. Let me know what you think about that. It's kind of a silly idea, but I think I like it. But anyway, so we've got some paintings in here, got the lantern in, we've got a dyed a bed black, kind of made it, I don't know, pirate-like. But anyway, we come down here and we've got the dark oak trapdoors in the floor to give it a little bit more detail. I mean, the boat has these in the flooring so you can get down into the bottom of the ship. Some barrels, a little workbench of sorts, just upside down stairs. We got some trapdoors here just to give it extra flair. And, you know, I've already started putting stuff in the barrels. We've got some crafted items there. If we come back here, we have the two storage areas that I talked about, where we have the wall of chests, and then I put in some barrels right here, a little bit of detailing. And over on this side, we have a work area. We've got a furnace. We've got some iron pipe, I guess is what that is. It was part of the furniture add-on that I'm using, so I thought that would be really cool to add to the top of the furnace. Also, with that pack, we have these tool racks, so if I wanted to put some extra picks on the wall, we could just hang up some picks like that and come get them when we need them. Obviously, you know what these are, and you know, cutting stone cutter and the crafting table. We've got some more chests over here, of course. And oh, look, I forgot. I also did the logs. I stripped them down, so we have this stripped dark oak look. And I forgot to do the ones in here, so let's do that real quick. This is so satisfying. I like doing these. All right, so that's finished. I think we got them all. I turn and look around. Okay, and then last but not least, we step down into this area. And I didn't want to put the planks in right into here because it would be flush with it, and everywhere else I've done the planks, like if you look here, they're inset from the logs. They're back 1 block, so we have some depth. But I decided to do the dark oak fence instead, and I like the way that turned out. It kind of blocks out the chest area, but also doesn't just look like a solid flat wall right here. And last but not least, we have the elevators. I have not done this yet. This will be another episode, but we're going to have to dig down and try to survive going down there. Dig down on both sides. So this will be the way down, and then this would be the water elevator coming back up. And I will save that for another episode in the future. We will take care of the elevator so we can get down into the mine, and then at that point I may or may not need the stairway anymore. So we'll see what happens with that. But I think this is going to be it for this episode. I did do a lot here, so hopefully the video didn't turn out too terribly long. But let me know. Let me know what you think about this build, how you feel about it, if you do anything differently. Let me know in the comments. Also, do you want to see the front of the shipwreck right here on top of this? I might do it anyway, but let me know what you think. I'm really curious to see. Is it too much? Is it just too silly? I don't know. But anyway, I think that's going to be it for me. I'm done for the night. So, yep, I decided to stop the video and go ahead and add the boat or the ship to the top of the mine. So let's take a look at that real quick. We have a zombie over here, so... Yes, I know. There's a zombie. So anyway, went ahead and if you look way over there, I don't have a spyglass on me, but if you see the ship, we've got that front piece that comes up made out of jungle, and you got that front mast. So now we got the mast over here. I put some sails on it. We did black banners and just kind of built it in the shape of the front of the ship the best I could. So we actually can go up here and climb on top of the shipwreck, look out across the way, and I guess this is where I'll do the end of the video. So anyway, it's been a lot of fun, and I hope you guys like this. If you do and you're still here, of course, as always, you're legendary for watching to the end of the video. And we should have some links on the screen. If you're new here, there's a playlist for the Let's Play series that you're watching right now, so you can watch from the beginning if you'd like. There's also the playlist for my World Tour series on my multiplayer realm, so you might want to check that out too. That's a 4-year-old world. And also all my links, socials and everything are at my website, darkwingdave.com. You can probably find it in the About Me, or the About section of the video as well. But anyway, that's going to be it for today in this episode. Until next time, I'm Darkwing Dave, and I'm out.